Adamek re-racks for the first time on 19. When you sense your opponent has a great shot, does it put more pressure on you when you fall behind early?
Oh, definitely. If your player's up there, or your opponent is up there striking on you, and you only have a few frames and you don't quite feel lined up yet, there's a lot more added pressure.
Well, she dropped that right at the foul line, and I was going to say, if she struck on that shot, she would have been very fortunate. Got out of the ball a little bit early after the re-rack, so still a 21-pin lead for Wendy Macpherson.
Not quite getting the lift on the ball because she dropped it, so the fingers were not able to turn the ball and rotate it as much, and basically left the week 10.
Coming back this fall after laying off quite some time with a leg and back injury or lower back injury, and Donna said she was surprised. She had worked pretty hard. She felt like she was going to bowl better this fall than she really did, although the last couple of weeks she started to turn things around. Wendy Macpherson leads by 21. We'll come back with a conclusion of match number 1 from Las Vegas after these messages. Frame, because Wendy Macpherson has also opted for a re-rack. She's working on a 4-bagger.
Well, I think Donna re-racked on lane 19 because she knew she threw such a great shot and left that solid 8-pin. She wasn't going to take any other chances.
Well, I tell you, that's very, very tough on you mentally. Throw a great shot. Wendy Macpherson a little high in the pocket on lane 20, and she leaves the solid 4, so Donna's probably breathing a sigh of relief, realizing she still has a chance. That
ball appearing to be a little bit deeper, cut in a little hard. She really just let up on her ball speed a little bit and caused her to leave a 4-pin. For Wendy, I asked her, did you feel like you had to keep your speed up this week or actually throw it a little softer for Carrie? And she said for her, she needed to keep her speed up.
It's been a sensational fall for Wendy Macpherson. She hasn't won a tournament as her dad looks on, but she's had a consistent fall from week to week. She's had a number of chances to win. Of course, she was the top seed in Rockford, but she was defeated there by Lori Nichols. So all told, it's been a very outstanding fall tour for her.
Wendy went through a slump there where she was not bowling well on tour and or consistent. And like you said, she just put it all together this fall, and things have really turned around for her. Her father, Chris Macpherson, in the audience again this week, has really just put a lot of work into her game, a lot of support.
Comes back with a beautiful strike in the 8th. So it's a 20-pin lead. However, Donna Adamek still has some room. She could shoot 239.
Take a look at where Wendy's playing. Now she sets the ball in around the 15th board, and it is bellying out closer to the 10th to 12th board before making the break back.
Back to live action. Donna Adamek needs to get something started, and she gets a major break. Trips out the 4 and the 7.
Well, you don't lead a tournament for 5 rounds without some carry, and what goes around comes around. She says, hey, I left that solid 8. I deserve a break.
Well, what she's saying now is if I can strike in the foundation frame here in the 9th, I can put a little bit of heat on Wendy Macpherson. Wendy could still shoot 259 as opposed to 239 for Donna Adamek. Tough break, leaves the half 10 on the left-hand lane, lane 19, a lane that she said hooked a couple more boards for her than did number 20.
Well, if it did hook a few more boards for her, she could be just in a little bit deeper because she knows it's going to hook up high, so she's definitely made the adjustment for 19 hooking too much.
All you have to do is look back in this match to the solid 8 that she left in the 5th. If she strikes there, she would have then ended up with a turkey in the 6th. Would have been a much closer match as we head into the home stretch.
The match would have been virtually even if she would have carried that 8-pin in the 5th.
Sometimes it's just not meant to be. Of course, we've already mentioned Donna Adamek with 5 consecutive appearances in the championship round in the same bowling center. That's a phenomenal record.
We don't want to forget her and Michelle Mullen just 2 years ago led the doubles tournament here as well. So for Donna, the last 6 times she has bowled in this house, she has made the telecast.
A double up, and Wendy Macpherson in the process right now of winning match number 1 here in Las Vegas. And as Leila already mentioned, she's 0-5 on the year, so anything right now is a moral victory.
Wendy has to feel very, very good about winning this match and also bowling a good game, as unfortunately some of her appearances of late have not been to her caliber of player.
I think she was very disappointed in Rockford. She bowled just tremendously. Remember that last day? She averaged nearly 250 for the last 16 games and got on the telecast and got locked up a little bit. Lanes had changed on her, and she just didn't bowl a very good game.
That's the most difficult part about it, Denny, is to lead a tournament like that by so many pins. As we see Jeannie Maiden, coming in today, leading this event by over 300 pins, and things change in a day overnight. And we've often talked about the format being probably not too fair for especially the top speed players.
But it's great for television. A win for Wendy Macpherson, who is trying to finish 1990 on a very high note. As I mentioned, a consistent fall overall in the year. She's 10th in money, 6th in average, 9th in points. So she's been kind of hanging around most of 1990, but still looking to win her first title since the 1988 Queens. Solid performance, a game of 237, and obviously Dad agrees.
A very, very happy Chris McPherson, and he always felt he was a bad luck charm for Wendy every time she made a show. Donna with two good friends, Randy and Brent, at home in Apple Valley, California. Matter of fact, Randy is here, very avid supporter. She wanted to let them know she's always thinking about them out here on the road.
I was chatting with Donna just prior to the telecast. She said, well, the first thing I'm going to do, win or lose here, is go home and get into the gym and start working out physically. I'm not in the kind of shape that I want to be in physically to compete out here, so that's my first order of business.
Well, it's very important. I bowled with a couple amateurs this week, and one of them said to me, aren't you tired after this many games? And, that's one thing that folks at home don't understand, that this game is very, very physical, and it takes a lot of training. Most of these women out here do work out in the gym on their time off and also on the time on the road. We get a few passes and head out to a local spa while we're in town.
Well, it never fails. You always strike out when it doesn't mean anything. A fifth-place finish for Donna Adamek. Wendy Macpherson moves on after a 237-219 victory.